Hi, I'm Nickole, and I would like to thank the Open Doors for this opportunity to tell my story. After I had my kid, my dad passed away. My heart was broken into so many pieces that I didn't know how to put them back together. That's when I started to get high. I was a functioning addict, or at least I thought I was. As time went on, I lost everything, even myself, even being a parent to my daughter. I was in and out of jail at the time. I was doing lines, so you can only imagine how it was once I got on the needle. I remember always going to trap houses, walking miles just to get high. A few years later, I still haven't changed. Neither had I. Only thing that changed was the way I got high. That's when I started using a needle. It got so bad that I didn't even know who I was. Neither did my family or my child. There were times my daughter was. There were times when my daughter was younger when she begged me not to leave. I promised her I'd be back in a few hours, but those hours turned into months. This continued for years. I ended up getting in trouble in Battle Creek, did some time, and got out on probation. I didn't want to mess that up, so I decided to go to rehab. I was there for 3 months. I honestly only went because I figured I had 6 months of probation. If I was in rehab for three, there'd be no way I'd get in trouble or catch a new case. Well, the same day I got out of rehab, I went straight back to getting high. Then I ran from probation, eventually caught up to me. Now I was back in jail again. After I got out, went right back down the wrong path. I was homeless again with nowhere to go. I was sleeping on porches, hotel stairways, anywhere I could. I called my mom and asked if I can come stay with her. She told me no. She was tired of me hurting my kid, so she was tired of seeing me like that as well. I used to be so angry at her for doing that to me, but after I got clean, it made sense. I remember calling my kid crying. I was tired of that life. I wanted to change, but I didn't know how. I remember her saying, "Mom, just turn yourself in. You'll have a safe place to go and something to eat." I cried even harder. She was right. But when you're an addict, nobody wants to go to jail. Why? Because I couldn't get high in there. Years later, I ended up with a guy for a whole year. He beat me up, choked me while I was sleeping, held me captive in a house, threatened to pour bleach on me, and constantly put his hands on me. I knew I had to leave, but I couldn't. The abuse got worse. As as soon as I got the chance, I jumped out of a second-story window and got away. But guess what? I went right back to him the next day. The abuse got even worse. I was at my friend's house in Alamo, and he punched me in the face about 20 times with the phone. The police came. I ran. I had a warrant. One day I was at Red Roof West. I was sleeping, and I remember waking up not being able to breathe. He was choking me. I got him to stop, but then he pulled out a knife and stabbed me. I was crying, trying to calm him down. Nothing worked. He was pacing back and forth. My fight or flight response kicked in. As soon as he walked toward the bathroom, I opened the door and ran. He caught me, tackled me, and somehow I threw him off and jumped off a balcony. I broke my ankle. I went to the hospital. I had a concussion. My tooth went through my lip. There was so much blood. I remember waking up screaming in pain. They discharged me, and there I was in a wheelchair with nowhere to go. I called my mom. I said, "Mom, please come get me. I'm at the hospital." She yelled at me, "No, Nikki, I'm not going to keep doing this." Then I told her what happened. She came and got me. My mom just had moved. She didn't want me to know where she lived because of my addiction. But I went to her house, and my daughter helped me take a bath. When I needed help, she helped me. I ended up needing surgery on my ankle. I now have a metal plate for a bolt holding it together. It took 6 months to relearn how to walk. After I was walking again, I left my mom's house to go with a friend. I dropped him off, got pulled over, and went to jail. While I was in jail, I knew I was done with that life. I called my lawyer, begged her to put me in drug court. Ever since then, my life has done a full 360. Now I have my own apartment, I have my own car, my mom and I are really close, my daughter has her mom back, and my brothers are back in my life. And I started my own program called Women of Change to help other women like me, to empower them, support them, give them the resources they need, and a safe place to go. To let them know never give up because I didn't. 10 plus years in the streets getting high, survived domestic violence, beat death from an overdose, became a better mom, better daughter, and a better sister. But most importantly, I became a I became a better me. I am a survivor. The fact Open Doors gave me a chance with an apartment where I can go home and where my kid can come home is a blessing. To be able to walk into my own place after work knowing it's mine. Open Doors helped me be stable. Helped me back on my feet. I appreciate them supporting me and actually caring about me. If it weren't for them giving me a second chance at housing, I would be stressed out. So I want to say thank you, Open Doors, and thank you, Katie, for giving me that second chance.